It is chilly. I don't understand how the temperature keeps dropping so drastically. Like this room be so cold, y'all. It be well, maybe because I keep this door closed all the time. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. Give me 1 second, bro. What the heck did I do with my glasses though? I can't find it. Hold on 1 second. I don't know what I did with my glasses. Glasses all. Yeah, I don't know where I put them. How you always losing your glasses and you gotta wear them every day? And yes, auntie, you bought me a thing. I still don't know where I put them. Whatever. I used to yell at my daughter for this all the time. If you put them where on that nose that I bought you, and now they behind. Cause why would they be on this shelf right here? Why would they be right here? There's no. This is why. Y'all see them? I would have never found these. Not. I'm like, I don't go but two places. In here and in my room. That's the only place they gonna be. Where is my on the shelf? If it was a snake, it would have bit me, as my mama used to say. Hey y'all, so I wanted to finish this class because then I'm gonna go watch that 40 Acres movie. I started some of it, and then I figured I'd finish class with y'all because I really do want to get through what we read earlier. Listen, baby, I would have never found them glasses. That's how I be with my phone. Like I might be on the phone with my kid, or they like, mom, because my friends call me with my kids call me with their friends on their phone all the time. So they be like, hey mom, tell them, and do you know anything about, so I could be in the middle of something, washing dishes, it don't matter what it is, and then I have to come in here or whatever. So girl, my stuff be everywhere. Everywhere. My phone be everywhere. Outside, in the bathroom, in the other bathroom, baby, it be everywhere. Places I don't normally put it, and that's why I can't find it because I normally don't put it there. Like where my Cricut is, that's where my glasses go, or on my bed on a pillow, but I try not to do that because I'll be in crushed them or something. And then, or maybe in the bathroom. Other than that, they shouldn't be no, and in here, they shouldn't be nowhere else. Listen, they should not be nowhere else. But I do want us to finish what we started earlier because there's something that I think is very important that we need to read. Some of you might have went ahead and finished it. I don't know if you did or not. So we'll wait a few minutes. Hey, and then we'll go to Substack so we can have class. Is that okay with y'all? Y'all know what's funny? I found Remember I told y'all, like, all the pastors in my life used to give me a real hard time. I really wish I could show y'all the text messages and stuff I have from some of them, but I can't. But you know how you be going through your messages looking for something? It could be a number or whatever from a long time ago. Y'all. Why I found one of the pastors that used to be my friends. They texted me one time and said, "Do you even believe in the Bible? Do you believe in the Bible?" Right around the time that I started finding all the books and saying, "Wait a minute, do you see this?" Like, people really questioned if I'm like, "Nigga, this is how I'm finding it." You tripping, right? You do realize that I'm telling you that. I mean, like, people would stop thinking that I believed in the Bible because I read the lost books and listen. When I saw that, I was so tickled today because when it was happening back then, it used to hurt my feelings because they was lightweight saying I was out of my mind or sis, you done went too far type stuff or all of that. And baby, to find that, and this is why I keep screenshots. This is exactly why you'll not ever tell nobody it didn't happen. You'll not ever tell nobody that because I still got the text message. I promise you, especially if it's something that hit my heart or my throat real good. And I know you trying to throw some shade. Yep, I'm going to just screenshot that and put that up for later. But I saw that and I was tickled because of today. I was tickled because of the last 4 years because there was a lot of people that told me that God was not telling me to do what I did. And I can honestly say today that I'm so grateful that I didn't listen to them. I'm so grateful that I did not fit into the mold that corporate religion says you have to fit into, right? And I kept reading and I kept researching and I kept wanting to understand because, hey, it's I'm grateful, right? And I had to deal with the ridicule. I had to deal with a lot of crazy stuff from people that thought I would understand, like that I thought would understand my hunger for the word and going deeper in the word, and I got heckled and you name it. But to see, excuse me, what God has done right now, hey pumpkin, and to see how the word has been spread, that's why I'm happy I didn't listen. I'm happy I didn't listen, especially from so-called church folk. Girl, these is the people. And I keep saving screenshot because what you'll not do is act like you didn't. Now, I forgive you, but I remember when you said. I remember, and I have not forgot. I remember all the shade. I remember all of it. But now you get to see what God was telling me and what I told y'all that God kept telling me was going to happen, which was that he was going to take me to the nations with the information that I found because the church people wouldn't receive it. That's exactly what happened. But if you think about it, that's exactly what happened with the disciples. Girl, that part. Crucified before they even listened. This part. But think about it. He couldn't send the Pharisees and the Sadducees out, and they were the religious leaders and the religious people of that day. He had to pick random folks. They wasn't random, we know, but he had to pick random people to go do what the church people wouldn't do. And he picked the worst of the worst kind of people. And that's sad to say, but that's what happened. Right? You said, I'm very grateful for your teaching and the family, right? I'm just saying, just going back up, you couldn't use those vipers, right? And so he found regular people that was willing to go. Because what good is it you being chosen or whatever, and or called, and you too good to Go where the people's is at. Well, then what did he call you for? If you won't go and be in uncomfortable situations with people, or even just doing this and just being transparent with folks about what's going on, how you gonna help them? People have to identify with something in you in order for them to listen most times, right or wrong. Hmm. Whether it be um their words, there's it's something in them, in you that connects. You said it's not comfortable for them. Oh, I know. You said, "Yep, Ashley. Yeah, you gotta find something like I don't vibe with you. This, especially if you coming in here looking down your nose at people like you better than them, and then you expect me to listen to you. No, I probably won't. Let me get my shoes. I probably won't be doing it actually, because you didn't already size me up before I even got started. You can learn from anybody. You said comfort season's over with time. You said comfort season's over with time to be refined with fire. What you talking about? If you're talking about anything that's happening right now, we won't be talking about that stuff over here. We talk about it on our Substack. If it has anything to do with what's happening right now in the world. I don't know if that's where you're going or what, but yeah, anything related. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, returning to spirit and truth, right? Well, the church needs to. I think that a lot more people would be running to God if they got rid of all the man made traditions and rules and just gave people Jesus like they supposed to, and not all of the, what do you call it? Production. Just go back to simple old Jesus. Like all that extras, it is running people away from God for real. So um I'm gonna do 15 minutes over here, and then we're going to Substack. Y'all know I don't have class. Hey, Pumpkin, we don't have class over here no more. So I just get on here to let y'all know that we are live on Substack, and then we're gonna go over there. You said you went and sat at the water for 2 hours and prayed. It was great. That makes me excited. It does. And just listening to the outside is real nice. Mm-hmm. I like to listen to. I close my eyes so I can listen to the trees. I can hear the squirrels and stuff moving around in the grass. I can hear a lot of stuff. Interesting. Okay. So we're going back to where we were earlier. Okay. Which is Second Kings. We're going right back there because I think there's some important stuff in there that has a lot to do with right now. So we got about 2 more minutes over here. I'm only over here so y'all can know that we are on Substack. CERCA TROVA 22 on Substack, because we can't do our classes over here no more. It's ridiculous. Well, we made it 4 years though. That's good, right? Especially with the kind of topics that we talk about. The fact that God allowed us to make it 4 years is pretty cool. I think we had our run. It's okay. What y'all think? Right, Sarah? Right. Strawberry. Like, we had our run on TikTok. We did good. God allowed us to, come over and bust up in the scene and stuff. Do what we had to do, lay down some foundations and cut out. We on to another space. It's great. Yeah. Get to be different, right? So we're going over there now. You said we graduated and did. and did. I'm so proud of y'all too. We talked about that earlier. Very proud of y'all. You all are just like Gabriel said. You all are refined. You've been, you know, you all are refined. So we're going over to Substack. So I'll see y'all over there. I love y'all. Thank you. Uh oh. What the? Okay. Oh shoot, girl. Give me a second, y'all. I gotta learn all these new what's the names. I be trying to I be trying to learn everything as quickly as I can, but everything is so different. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. I draw them on myself. Didn't even take a brush in or nothing. That's what we doing today. All right. You said, speaking of refined, I was looking for pork chops in my deep freezer and found a rack. You said a 1 pound. You said, and I found a pound rack of spare ribs from 622. Survived 2 hurricanes. 8 pounds. Oh, and would be frying them. I don't care. I'm cutting off the freezer burn. I'm about to eat this. And did. And it's aged meat. That's what it is. It's a what? What are you talking about? You said it looks incredible. I'm thawing it now. I'm trying to tell you. Will, cause that's what an aged steak is. They take it out the pack and put it in the freezer and then cut that freezer burn part off and be talking about, oh, it's aged for 10 years. It's been freezer burned for 10 years. And you about to pay them $7,652 for a freezer burn steak. We'll go right ahead. Yeah. That's what they do. Once I learned what aged, yes. Yes. Go look it up for yourself. They take that meat right out the thing and put it in the freezer and leave it. And then, hey, sister, and then they cut that top off and cut that freezer burn part off, and that is your aged steak. Sure is the freezer burn steak. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. I said, and they got to, yeah, they do. Right. It's refined. Just cut off the freezer burn. That's what they do with them. Listen. They be playing in our face. They'll tell us, no, don't eat freezer burn meat. And then say, oh, but freezer burn meat is the best meat because it's aged in this and that. Well, we about to see how this aged chicken about to work out. Because I'm about to cut off all of this freezer burn part. And then I'm about to cook it and we're going to see. Yeah, they be playing in our face. Big time. Mm-hmm. That's aged steak. Tell me y'all left it in the freezer too long. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Crazy. How did this go dead already? Girl, if you only knew. And dude got a pork Indu. I got a pork loin in there that I think is from about 22 or 23, and it's still in the package. And when times get hard, it's either going to be some sausage or a fake kind of bacon or something. It's going to season some rice or something. Who about to... Why I'm going to throw it... It's been in the freezer. What am I do with it? I don't know how long they had it in the freezer before they sent it to me. Right. And after starting to watch this 40 Acres movie, baby, I won't be getting rid of nothing. Ain't. I said, yep, that's exactly why my grandma and them used to be like, you need to throw this out. I ain't watched it all. So please don't tell me. I'm only about, I don't know, 45 minutes in or something, 30, I don't know, something like that. So, girl, they never used to throw nothing away, and now I understand why. Because even if I can't use it for what I normally use it for, I can use it for something else. Whatever that is, we'll figure it out. Ain't nobody got time for all that. You hear me? Come on with my stuff. I understand now. Because they went through those times when, well, the ones we're getting ready to go through right now. It's just crazy. So, what is the... Got to say, nigga, I know the password now. Come on. Sometimes I think... We just gonna wait. We're just wait, CERCA. We're just gonna wait. Listen. Because I want to say something, but then that's gonna take us off track. So we're going back to where we were. Is that why? Interesting. Was y'all Bible reading, excuse me, differently? Earlier, y'all was in the NLV, right? You're welcome. I can't save nobody's life. Jesus saved your life. But welcome, Sherry. NLV, it was reading right. For those of you that went. Cause y'all know I be in different okay. I just be wanting to make sure. All right. Okay. All right. We at verse 16. You all right? Girl, do not apologize. Sister, give me your arm. Give me your arm. Give me your arm so I can pinch your fat meat under there. Give it. Don't ever apologize. You are never late. Nobody's ever late to class. You can never be late. It's okay. Give me your arm so I can pinch this meat under here and right here. That's. Give me your arm. You're never late to class. Ain't no tardy slips. You come in, you come in. Just don't come in loud. That's it. Come in, get your papers, sit on down. Y'all know what it is. You cannot be late to this class. There's no way. You can only be too loud when you come in. That's it. That's all. That's it. So yeah, I know it's cold in here because my cup is freezing. The heck? I'm gonna have to go make some coffee anyway. Um, we Second Kings chapter 17 verse 16. Okay. There were some notes that were taken earlier. Hopefully you still have all of that on the top of your paper. Cause I did want to get finished, but we end up getting into fairies, and you know how our classes go. You said you said I'm ticklish. I'll do it. Oh, okay, me too. Definitely ticklish. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Okay. Listen. All right. So it says they turned away from all the laws of the Lord their God and made objects to look like false gods. Okay. First of all, at some point in time, some of the laws in this land, whether it be before we became America that we know today, or if it was the people that was here prior to the America that we know today, at some point in time, God was the ruler of, or the being that the people of this land used to pray to, right? Now, did they have smaller gods under him? Yes, they did. Not all of them, because we know that the Hebrews actually lived here, and it was before, it was the Indians that were taken and put into camps and all this kind of stuff, that actually some of them spoke Hebrew. We know this for a fact down in the Carolinas and other places in the Paleo Hebrew or something. I think is called Paleo Hebrew, which is like the oldest form of Hebrew. I believe it's Paleo Hebrew. It might not be that, but I'm thinking that's what they call it. So a lot of the markings on our books and stuff like that, on these books right here that are ancient Hebrew and ancient like Babylonian text, basically the alphabet of them, we know for a fact that that information and those letters and stuff, they have been found in ancient burial sites here in America, which is crazy. Well, it's not crazy, but we know that they was here first, right? So you think about, if you look at what is happening right now, right, with civil rights and things like that that are being violated, do you think that the laws that are in place, and then the laws that are being broken right now, and the things that are being done, do you think they line up with God's laws? All the things that are being done right now, not just in America, but in other places as well, across the globe. Do you think that we are seeing the spirit of the Creator and the Savior in the actions that we see across the globe right now? Hello? You said no, he is righteous. Okay. So we don't see people caring for their neighbors. We don't see people. They are his. Okay. You see his plot line. But I'm saying, as far as, do we see how he says, how he's instructed all humans, not just Christians, all humans to live? Do we see that in our world today, especially with the lawmakers and stuff? Okay. So once you start to make other things your idols, Not only do you make God angry, you start to not act like how the Creator told us, and then even the Savior acts. Once you start to focus on um, what's more important to you, or if you start to focus on things more, whatever your idol is, once your eyes are focused on that idol, the longer your eyes are focused on that idol, the less you act like our dad. Because he wasn't selfish. He wasn't, I ain't gonna say he wasn't mean, but how he conducted himself compared to what we see in this world with the leaders and just people in general, you don't see a lot of that. And it's, I'm thinking that it could be because people are so focused on their idols. Because how can you focus on an idol and not focus on God and act like God if the idol is your object of focus? So you won't even see God in your life because you're too busy looking at the idol. You won't know how God moves. You won't be able to hear his voice because, I mean, some people's idols are live. They're not, it's not like a statue. It's not their job. It's a real thing. They hearts. Right. Right. You can't hear, you can't see. So then you stop acting like how the Creator, and or even doing the things that he asked you to do. He said in them trying to find out their purpose and identity without God. Listen, honey, I done been there. Mm-mm. And that's why I was like, all right, well, what is it exactly that you made me to do? Because all this other stuff, no, it's not working out. It is not working out. So what you want me to do? Because I didn't read over here and over there and over here. I went off this hamster wheel. You said that was my devotional on Monday. First love, saying he should be before idols and everything else will come. I'm trying to tell you. That's how it works. Mm-hmm. That's how it works. That's how it works. Anything you put before him, that has to provide for you, that has to protect you, that has to guide you, because oh, the people is here too. Not like right where I am, but I saw online that they're everywhere. You said yes, we reached. You said we've reached the time of lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. Man, it's spooky. I, have you ever wondered why bloodlust comes with that? Bloodlust comes with power. In real life. Remember, we just talked about bloodlust like recently. Bloodlust is a thing. Blood is sacred. Without it, you'll die. And it makes sense as to why God is going to destroy the earth, because of the amount of blood that's going to be shed on this earth. It's crazy because he said he's about to purify it again. And in order for us to be purified, what had to happen? Prior to Jesus, what had to happen in order for people to be purified? Yeah. But there was something before the fire. What is it? The shedding of blood, blood sacrifices. They had to sacrifice an animal for the sins of their family, the city, whoever, remember? The rams and the sheep and the lambs and the cows and stuff. Right. Blood had, you said, and the fulfillment of the promise. Yes. But back in the day, not but I'm saying, not but. Listen, the blood had to be shed, and this is why Jesus is the ultimate sacrifice, because after him you did not need to sacrifice an animal anymore in order for he became the door. He did. So even with the earth, right, getting ready to be, now they didn't just kill the animal, they had to prepare a fire, right? Because the animal was not only just going to be slain, it was going to be barbecued. And God would send down heavenly fire, and if he accepted the sacrifice, it would catch on fire. Probably had some angel doing some whoopty wop. Boom. Okay, so he accepted. It's going to barbecue, and then with certain wood as well. Exactly. Ooh. Ooh, I can feel it. Interesting. You know how you can feel your sneeze and it like come like this and then it just get right there and it stop? I'm sick of these allergies and stuff because the weather don't know what it want to do. It's going to drive me. Roasted lamb chops, all of it. All of that. So the blood, first the sacrifice had to be offered. They had to unalive it, and then it was cooked. Well, barbecue, whatever you want to call it. Blackened lamb chops, like you said. Okay? So then everything was okay again, right? And the sin was wiped out of the camp, blase, skip, and so forth. Okay? Do y'all realize that's what's about to happen right now? The exact same thing. Y'all realize that, right? The blood is about to be shed, and after that, he's sending the what? The fire. The fire that is going to burn the earth, is going to purify it the same way that they do for fields when they're going to grow something new. They ain't going to be able to grow nothing because it's going to be burned. Ain't that crazy? How it just keeps cycling. He don't even change like the way that he do it. Ain't that crazy? He's getting ready to purify this earth. And what pollutes it? What pollutes the earth? I think so. I don't know if it's completely 7 years, but I know they gotta wait a few planting seasons. Sin in us. Yeah, but who sins? We do. So us. Our evil inventions are polluting the air, polluting the water. Us wanting to advance is killing the earth that God gave us. Right, people. So he's getting ready to purify the earth. And in order to purify it, then you have to get rid of what? Because just think, well, you have to get rid of what? Because if there's even one left, there's an evil seed that can still be sown back into the earth. Because it comes from the first seed, which is Adam and Eve. I believe this time That's why he's not leaving nobody. Nobody. Like, if you do live to see him and you're going to heaven, you're just going to heaven. But like how last time he just left people alive, one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. Right. And it only needs to be, sin only needs to be in one cell to be multiplied. That's it. One person. It is excuse me. It's crazy how there are gonna be rivers. There was rivers last time, there was water last time. But in order for the river of this specific substance to be up to the horse's bridle, we already did the math on how many people would have to pass away in order for that amount of liquid to be where it is. Right? So you think about the anger that he has to have in order for it to be rivers of that. Because he saw it already. And so then he gave it to the prophets. He gave it to the people that he called to speak to the people, to give out the visions. He's already seen it. He already knows where the river will start, where it will end, exactly down to the milliliter or whatever you want to call it, how much, how many, and the like. But how angry does God have to be with humans to the point of where he allows that to happen? How many times did we cross over the line in order for him to get to that point? How many times did he forgive and forget for us to get to the point to where he's allowing it to be rivers of a thick substance? You said fed up with no return. Come on, zillions. Listen. Found out the succubus and incubus were Lilith's kids. I believe it. Okay? How many times? How many days of grace and mercy does it take for a loving God to get to that point? You said way more than 70 times 7. Live it right. So if this, everything that is coming is a part of his wrath, it makes you think how much he's had to see, how much he's had to bear, how long suffering he's been with not just us, with humanity. And now humanity is screaming, God, why are you allowing all of this to happen? And he's like, but I told you it would. I told you if you got so far away from me and you didn't want to follow my laws, that I have to put you under lawless men, lawless regimes. You said centuries on top of centuries of failed obedience, repeated sin, increased levels of perversion. Come on, Mari. And we are getting ready to see See, it's different when one person is experiencing the wrath of God. It's another thing when the whole planet is. It's a difference when there is a group of people that is experiencing, and I'm saying like natural disaster or something like that, right? But when the whole entire world simultaneously is getting ready to experience God's wrath and his anger, and not just a touch of it, because in the Revelation it said that they poured out God's anger. It poured it out, which means that's something that's been held, it's been contained. What is that about to be like? You said still forgiving me, and I'm still giving me a wonderful day. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But do you feel like we are beginning to see the beginning of his wrath now? Do you see it? Because understand that the Titans fighting against each other was a part of God's wrath. When Michael said, "What do you want us to do?" and God was angry about what he saw and what he heard, he said, "Proceed against the bastards." That's what he said. He said, "With mixture of the innocent and the righteous Kool-Aid being spilled needlessly and effortlessly for riches, pride, and folly." This part, wow. And I've been thinking about how I didn't have an outlet to vent. It's nothing compared to the thousands of years he's held it in. Multiply times whatever we feel times a gazillion people. Right. You hear me? And he like, "I'm over it. No more generations. No more. No more." And you can see how the world is going, that his no more is real right now. He said, and we be over here complaining about little small things that people do to us while Dad's been hurt so many times. Yep, because we did it wrong all day long. All day long. He said, "I wish folks would have changed seeing nations cursed." He said, "The many wars and Dad wiping nations off the earth. No more disappointments, no more." He's over it. It's crazy, right? When you sit back and think, because people are about to start asking God, "Why are you allowing this to happen?" No? You don't think so? They about to start shaking their fist at him real quick, if they ain't already. We about to see the progression. Don't talk to me about God, because if God was real, why is he letting this happen? Like, we're about to see. But because they have been fed this cotton candy message of, oh, God is a fluffy God, they don't know the other side of him. They don't. You said we know and understand, but the world has no idea. Listen, you said, but like I say to people, if you believe his word, you got to believe in all. Believe it all, and it's in the word. This is what I'm saying. They saying this stuff now. Okay. Okay. Do you see? But if they knew, and if the leaders, hello, would tell them the ugly truth, would they be mad at God right now? Would people be saying, "Why is God letting this happen?" You said just blatant blasphemy. Or you said IGs and lawless betrayals and famine. Listen. Oh yeah. Right. Oh, right. You said, well, it's all true Bible. Noah alone shows he's not fluffy. I think because they always show up with a cute picture with Noah on the boat with the little cute zoo animals hanging out of it, that people don't realize what that really was like. That's why we go through there and look at how much water it was, and understand how much pressure would have had it to come up to break up the ground, and know the earthquakes and the tsunami with the tornadoes with everything just going all off at one time. He said we should not love. We should not love to others, but want them to show love to us in our iniquity. We shouldn't. Okay. I think I get what you're saying. You said no, they would have a better understanding. Oh, listen. All I'm gonna say is this: the world, and I ain't even saying we completely prepared for what's going on, but at least I have an idea in my mind of the craziness that I have seen in my dreams, where it was just chaos. And so I understand that this all has to happen, right? It has to. So then I have to prepare my mind for that. But if you never ever tell me, right, that this is even coming, when it starts, I'm going to question everything that you've taught me about God, because I've only learned that he's fluffy. He's sweet. He's, he only gets the bad guys. It's only that he got rid of those Canaanites. Huh? He also gave the Canaanites favor. Did you not read that part? Because when he was letting them win the wars, you don't think that was favor for him? The stuff that he was going to turn around and give to Israel? Yeah, right. So he had to give them favor in the wars to even be able to go and get the stuff. Because if they would have got slaughtered and going against the other giant people or whatever, it would have never been there for Israel when they was going into Canaan. He says he reigns on the just as well as the unjust. Right? That means the good people and the bad people. Hello. He would be an unfair God. Because that means when you was in your sin and wasn't whatever, then you shouldn't have got nothing you prayed for when you wasn't even right. So be happy you do. Because I know plenty of times I was in sin and I was like, God, please, I need this house. I need whatever. Whole time, nigga sitting next to me that I'm, listen, me and my boyfriend need this house. Hello, God. Like, wait, yo, what? Yo, huh? God, I know that I said, but can you please? He like, I don't even condone the relationship you in. Don't put that nigga in the prayer. Don't put him in. You can ask for you. Don't you ask? No. He gotta come ask for his own stuff. We said we have to, we all have to take responsibility for our not seeking dad too. We were lazy, being okay, being spoon-fed, lies. Listen, in real life, whole time I was home. You said whole time I was homeless, his protection. Listen, I'm just saying. I'll be right back. Listen, I want to make coffee, but I don't, because I've been going to bed real late. So I don't know. We gonna see. I think I will. Do me a favor. Can y'all go look up where the sugar water troops are? The Care Bears. Can we call them Care Bears? We gonna call them the Care Bears. Can y'all go look up where the Care Bears are? how many clouds the Care Bears have landed on, if they showing you how many Care Bears showed up to the spot, right? If it's your city or someone else's, can y'all do that real quick? We just gonna start, even though we know they the opposite. We gonna call them the Care Bears because they are real fluffy. They really are. That's why they egos is so rude. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Get everything done in one time. Did y'all find out something over there? Did you get any information about where the Care Bears are? You don't have to tell me. I just want you to know for your own self. You hear me? Because I saw they moving around everywhere. You hear me? And when I mean everywhere, I mean everywhere. So I think that while everyone was focused on the situation that just happened, they was moving around. Remember, look over here. Don't pay attention to what we doing over here. I think that's what happened. Cause I've been seeing on my FYP that it's not just this place or this place or this place. They all over the place. All over. So, yes, Diana, that's exactly what it was. He said, yeah, right. Hey, that part. And I think that's exactly what happened. But y'all niece told me today that she saw on social media somewhere that the BPs is out. And they did exactly what we talked about. Y'all know that? The BPs is out. And I guess wherever the BPs is at, they don't be doing all that jumping on the trampoline, just moving around like they normally do. Did y'all know? He said, yep, a man had the same happen to him at the, you said, lady? He said no news about him. Interesting. You hear me? The BPs is coming out. And they are like, y'all can, we can too. Which is exactly what we was talking about. They just stood outside and didn't say nothing, like we got the same look. And they moved on around, I'm guessing. Which is exactly what we was talking about. It's only happening because you said my client's son left today for a cruise. Wow. Definitely. Yeah. I want to say so much. You said a lot of big B's are in your area now. Interesting. Interesting. Well, we're gonna play some videos after this. Let's get down through here, because this is it's all relevant to what's going on with us right now too, which is crazy, but it is. All right, so 16. It says, they turned away from all the laws of the Lord, their God, and made objects to look like false gods. They made two calves, and an object to look like the false goddess Asherah. And they worshipped all the stars of heaven and worked for Baal or Baal. You said my coworker is flying to Portugal Friday. Okay, okay, so look, real quick. So can we go to 24 then? Because y'all, it's all in can we go to 24? We just going to skip over the rest of that. Go to verse 24. Let's get to it. This is what I've been trying to get to all day. I'm about to show y'all something real quick. Okay. Go to verse 24, because that's you saying that, and then it's something I want to show y'all, but I ain't been able to get to it because we've been doing all the other stuff. Okay. Um, duh, duh, duh. Y'all there? The king of Assyria brought people from Babylon, Cutha, Ava, or Ava, Hamath, and Sepharvaim. He had them live in the cities of Samaria in place of the people of Israel. So he took the people that normally lived there, moved them somewhere else, and brought some people that were not from that area and put them there. Took them and put them in different cities, away from where they normally lived. Is that sounding familiar to you? And then put leaders over those areas. No? Come on, T. It's crazy, right? He moved all the people that normally lived in these areas in Samaria, wherever they was at. He moved them. And he put other people over those areas, and in those areas, moved them right on in. Said, you don't get to stay here. Okay? Crazy. All right? So look. He had them live in the cities of Samaria in place of the people of Israel. So they took Samaria for their own and lived in its cities. At the beginning of their living there, they did not fear the Lord. So the Lord sent lions among them, which killed some of them. Huh? So God let them move the Israelites out, bring they people in, and they got to live in there and doing whatever they wanted to do in that specific area, and God let the lions come and start killing them. Huh? Well, the Israelites was living there, the Hebrews was living there, they wasn't getting attacked by no lions. What y'all doing wrong? Huh? Why is it that when you try to disrupt somebody else's life and you try to mess up what somebody else got going on, God might even let you accomplish it. But baby, as soon as he moves them far away from you, all hell break loose. Hello. You said, remember that lions got the man who pushed Thomas. They sure did. Ain't that crazy? Even though God was using them to whoop the Israelites because they had messed up, he said, all right, y'all don't want to act right. I'm going to give somebody else your room then. I'm going to give them all the stuff out of here. And then you give the person all the stuff out your kid's room. And then as soon as they get it in their house, somebody break in and take it. This is the stuff that be on. Because he's the one that sent them to come and punish the Israelites for how they had been living, because they was worshiping idol gods and all of this stuff. But as soon as the people that he allowed to do that move their people in, they start getting attacked by lions. That is like wild. Maybe some of those people were a little brutal with God's people. God said just move them out. Maybe they was hitting them and beating them, or whatever else they was doing. And so then that makes you wonder if some of the people sometimes when some things happen to you, like, dang, that's messed up, but is it really? Hey, Pumpkin, is it really messed up? Like, God forbid, if things started happening to the Care Bears, well, we don't know what they do once they get them people in them dark, in they Care Bear chariots. But we have heard, and we kind of figured. And there are some people that have made it out of those spaces, and they said, no, this happened to me, this happened to me, this happened to me, and this happened to me. Right? So if when God turns the tables and some crazy, just supernatural type stuff start happening to some of these Care Bears, then what? We will know that God might have used these people to wake people up, but he said, I ain't forgot about what you did to my kids. I needed you to tune them up, but you did a little too much. You said, their belly can hold all of the honey pots. Listen, all I'm going to say is this, right? Even though this stuff that's about to go on is messed up, God still sees and they're not going to get away. But he is using them to wake up the population. You hear me? They're not going to get away. You want to know why? Because they are so sold on their idol that they're going to be patriotic. You know what being patriotic is going to be? Getting the mark. Because you can't be a part of that army and not take it. That's what this is all about, being a citizen. So the very people that are inflicting fear and pain and anguish and all of these things on people, 9 times out of 10 are going to be the first people to sign up and say, I'm a patriot, I'm a citizen, I'm taking the mark, blah, 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 this ID, not realizing they're signing themselves up for the very pain that they are inflicting on people right now. And the sad part about it is they're not going to be able to die. Sucks for them. Think about it. This is the beginning of the people that are going to be rounding up the Christians and whoever else. We already know this to be fact. But you can't be checking people for a mark and you ain't got one. So all the stuff that you are inflicting on people, they might die. You won't get to. When the beings are coming out of the earth, and this isn't cursing, this is what God says. Everybody to take the mark. These are the things that's going to happen to them. It's so crazy that it says they're going to be running and hiding in fear. They're going to be writhing in agony. Their skin is going to be burned. Even if they try to hurt themselves and unalive themselves, whatever happens, they're still going to be alive. Call somebody else. That person, they might have died tragically, but they got to die. You, on the other hand, because you were so sold out to something that was not God, have to suffer the last days on this side and go into eternity suffering. That's super scary. Do you think? Because the devil has fed them a false sense of power, has he not? They running around here playing God, taking life that they didn't give. There's a cost for that. And that cost is not just jail on this side. Do you understand? Especially if you're spilling innocent blood. Oh no. Innocent blood. Yeah, the value of that is real crazy. Hello. So the power that you see, it's not even really power. The suffering that you see, it ain't even really suffering. Because could you imagine having what happened to that young lady? happen to you and you still have to walk around alive? And feel all the pain, no numbness. Every every nerve ending, everything. That is going to be the flip side of you just thinking because you have it, you could do it, and because a man told you to do it, that's what you're gonna do. You get that? Hopefully she passed away instantly, she didn't feel nothing else or whatever. But that's going to happen to these people, and they still gonna be alive. This is where you see the mangled bodies of the zombies. This is that. Not just right now, but when God takes the spirit of death from the earth. Which is going to be crazy. So you will have the Walking Dead. What's going to be mind-blowing is why they are going to be the Walking Dead. Did God give them the opportunity to protect even while being in ice, and they chose not to? Because sometimes God will put you in them situations too to see if you're going to be the one to go along with the gang. You're going to be the one to go along with the group. Or are you willing to endure the wrath of your, I don't want to say constituents, but your partners in your group to save a person? Or are you going to go along and bully with them? What you going to do? You said it's two-sided. Right? Ain't that crazy, though? You don't think that's wild? That God will use these very people to wake you up and get your heart back to Him, and then turn around and slaughter these folks. And not just them, their families as well. Or put them in an even worse situation than what they put you in. That's the scary part about God when He say, my turn. There are people that are being put into leadership. God is allowing it. He's allowing them to do the things that they're doing right now. And it's going to get ugly. Because God is tired. He's tired of us. He loves us, but He's tired of humanity as a whole, if you could say it like that. Because we just get more and more wicked, more and more deceitful, more and more greedy. The list goes on. Perverted, everything. It's crazy. Real crazy. Here we go. It says, at the beginning of their living there, they did not fear the Lord. So the Lord sent lions among them, which killed some of them. They said to the king of Assyria, the nations you have carried away to the cities of Samaria do not know the way of the God of the land. So He has sent lions among them to kill them because they don't know the way of the God of the land. Then the king of Assyria told them, take to Samaria one of the religious leaders you brought from there. Let him go and live in Samaria, and let him teach them the way of the God of the land. So one of the religious leaders, excuse me, they got taken away from Samaria, came and lived at Bethel. And he taught them how they should worship the Lord. You said it's like our parent. It's like your parents telling you over and over again they gon' until they whoop your behind. Yeah, yeah. Just keep doing it. Just keep on. You want me to whoop you? That's what you said. You need an attitude adjustment. Well, why you just didn't say that then? Because that's what you about to get. Okay. So think about this. They had to bring somebody who knew the Lord back in to the place that everybody was taken out of there out because chaos was erupting with these lions. Huh? The very people that y'all tried to erase and uproot did uproot, not tried to, did uproot. If none of them was in that space, y'all was getting y'all hands and feet and everything ripped up. You don't think that's crazy? Like, say for instance, they do get all the people out of this country that they want out of this country. Maybe once the last one leaves, there's a major earthquake. Or that big old volcano up there in North America, at the very north of America, start going off. Y'all don't see the pettiness of our dad in that way? You very well might accomplish what it is that you're trying to do. But once you do it, what comes after that? Sometimes he'll let you get all the way over there and think you didn't did something. He said, it's my turn. That's what I'm saying. You don't know how God is getting ready to play this thing out. Is he orchestrating it? Yes. Has he seen every single thing that's going to happen? Absolutely. You're moving people out of lands and different things. God can think about it. It's going to be 100-pound hell balls coming down. It's not a mansion on this earth that can withstand that. And it's not just going to be in America. It's going to be around the world. So you're moving people out of spaces so that you can be more greedy, and God about to tear everything up. It's really silly. Moving on. All right. It says, but every nation still made gods of its own. Do we have leaders in our world that say they worship God, but there's other gods that they worship in secret? They say, I'm a Christian, but we know that when they go down in the basements of the places, they secretly still worship their own gods. They have the Bible. They've read the Bible. Some of them have even gone to, seminary school or whatever. But they still worship other gods in secret. And some of them don't even do it in secret. So even though God allowed the lions to come in, unalive them, they found out what the problem was. They got somebody that knew God in the midst of them. And so then they stopped getting eaten by the lions, but they still went back to their old ways. I'll just do this up front where people can see me, but behind closed doors, I'm still going to worship, and I'm still going to do a little tarot or whatever. I'm still going to consult the psychic lady. Even though I go to church every Sunday, I'm still going to go to the woohoo lady. Okay? And have her put this little thing on. You said I'm freezing? Here we go. Why? Interesting. Am I still? The people is here. Is the people here? Hopefully not. Am I freezing on anybody else's? Y'all, my lash thing came up. It's okay. Okay. The people might have came in here. Ain't no telling. You hear me? They don't like us talking about these sorts of things. All right. It says they put them in the houses of the high places, which the people of Samaria had made. The people of every nation did this in the cities where they lived. Can I ask you a question? What country didn't have an idol show? What nation in our day right now didn't have an idol show? Hey, Isabel. You said when I was over in our other house, you froze on mine, so I had to come to YouTube. I missed most of the class because you were frozen. Oh, okay. You said they need to go out and come back in. They playing. Y'all know what it is. Do y'all know what country didn't have? Like, we had American Idol. I know they had like Bali Idol. What country didn't have an idol contest? Is there one? It say right here that all the nations, even though they pretended probably Ethiopia, I don't know. I'm going to read it again. Excuse me. It says the people of every nation did this in the cities where they live. So we're just going to apply that to now. What place, what nation of people didn't have an idol? Maybe it is one. But I know we had American Idol. They cut off the YouTube. Is it off or on? I'm so over it. I can't say nothing around here. Nothing. Absolutely anything. This lash is all the way off. I can feel it. You said I'm still on? But somebody else was just saying I was frozen. So what's going on? It's back now? Okay. Okay. Can they just leave us alone? It's on, but it's been doing it on and off. All right. All right. Did y'all find out what country didn't have an idol show? You said we have camp criers in here. You said, but also just got the notice Verizon is having outages. Oh yeah, I saw that. Did y'all see they blew up the electric place in Ohio? I ain't gonna say they blew it up. I'm gonna say it caught on fire. But did we just talk about that? We said the first things when people come to your grandma's house, what they do? They gonna hit the breaker box, turn off the water, that kind of thing, and then it happened. Y'all seen it? The whole plant or whatever was on fire. That was just yesterday, I think. Yeah, so it would make sense if they had an outage. Interesting. We talked about that though. Communication, water. I'm about to go fix this eyelash, y'all, because that's gonna drive me nuts. Communication, water, food. You said hit the important spots. Mari. You said, wow, and we finna have freezing here. Listen, listen. Y'all, these, don't forget that OTAN paid the people to be here. Don't forget that. OTAN, okay. So let's say that they knew a long time ago that the Care Bears was coming, right? So OTAN 2.5 years before sends in people that is maybe going to go up against the OTAN. I'm sorry, the Care Bears. OTAN sends in people that are going to go against the Care Bears. But the Care Bears the people that OTAN sit in, they was just, they just been chilling, kind of stacking their little bread, getting what they need together, because they waiting for a specific time to do certain things. Like waiting for the phone to ring. You said you had issues earlier today with my internet. Yeah. Y'all, did y'all think that they was just going to do fire first? Mm-mm. They're not. Mm-mm. They want folks to panic. They do. Real bad. It's like they want us like what's the name, beetles? Cochineal beetles. If you go look up cochineal beetles and how they be running around, that's what they want us to do. Y'all, to me, that magnetic glue don't be working right. Maybe I'm not doing it right. It be working for y'all. I know this off topic, but do it, ladies. If you do use the little cheap magnetic glue, do you have to put the glue on the lash and then do like an eyeliner first to make it work? Is that the key? Because I think I'm doing it wrong because they don't never stick. The magnetic liquid liner stuff. Is that how it works? Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Got it. No wonder they never stay on. So it's not like hair glue where you just put it on and stick it. You got to do the line on your eye and the line on your lash. You never used it? It's cool. Like, I had used it before, but I guess I've been doing it wrong. Got it. Okay. So I got to put it on my eye and then also put it on there so it can stick to. Got it. I know. I can't use it no more. I've been trying to find other options because I haven't been able to use what I... Girl, because I put some hair glue on there. That might be why my eyes is crazy. Been using hair glue for 20-something years instead of going and buying lash glue. But now I've had to venture out and I ain't going to spend a lot of money. So if I find something for like $3 or $5, I'm going to try that first and see how it works for my eyes to be swollen up. But I guess I haven't been doing it right. So I got to put that stuff on first and then put it on. Got it. I don't be reading directions sometimes. All right, here we go. Sorry, y'all. It says, the men of Babylon made the false god Succoth-Benoth. Now, when I looked this up, this name, it talks about a high-ranking level like demon or something like that. Right? Now, it was on Demon Wiki, right? But it's known as an evil place. Even some of the pictures that come up, like about the beings that live there, when you kind of do a little bit of research, it seems like it was a very evil place. I guess they worshipped Ishtar there and a couple other different gods that they worshipped in this place. But this is also where they made their kids pass by the fire, which is the y'all know the picture we looked at today where they had the demons poking them and pushing them in the mouth of that beast, and it was fire all around, right? Because we know for a fact that it was demons telling people to burn their children alive. Do you agree? You have got to be full of an evil spirit to take something that you birthed and burn it alive. That doesn't even sound, that's not normal. You said like Marduk. Exactly. He was worshipped here in this place as well. Yep. You said I couldn't even imagine. Exactly. You know what's crazy? It's about to be some parents that do the same thing now. Because their children are not going to take the mark, they're going to turn them in to be tortured. Because that's how blind their minds are going to be. There are going to be children that turn their parents in because they feel like they should be loyal to America and not to God. Loyal to whatever country and not to God. He said I couldn't do that to someone else's babies. Listen, people was doing it to their own. It wasn't even somebody else's, Dusty. It was their own. Crazy. God give you a blessing, and then you put it in a fire. Like, folks, is crazy. Here we go. The men of Cuth made the false god Nergal. The men of Hamath made the false god Ashima. The Avites made the false god Nibaz and Tartak. And the Sepharvites burned their children in the fire to Adram, Melech, and Anamelech, the gods of the Sepharvaim. Now, guess what I went and looked at? I was looking up some stuff about the Sepharvaim, and I think that some of them were the lineage of the fallen angels. Some of the fallen seraphim. Whether they had wings or any of that, I don't know. But I think that they are the I think they're the descendants of the angels. Because if you look at the practices of certain people in the Bible and what they did, when you look back at what the giants, the fallen angels, had their children and their wives doing, it lines up perfectly with a lot of this idol worship. So whether they did an incantation to bring that spirit up and let it possess them, or these beings were some of the beings that had been in the earth and had came out, or whatever else was going on, or they was just one of the angels that was, running around. I feel like when you look at, okay, they always wanted to get in the holy city. Well, it's a fallen angel that's sitting in a holy city right now. Oh, it's probably more than one. But the main fallen angel is sitting, well, his avatar is sitting in the space of the holy city. And the people that are around him, we know that they do rituals. We know that they do blood rituals. We also know that they hurt children. So it's seeming like the same spirits that were around at this time, that were taking people from their native lands and pushing them to other places and sitting their people in those places, we're going to say colonizing, they all had the same spirit of these fallen angels' children. You said, I'm in Texas and our Verizon services are not working because of you. I'm prepared to not have fun. Oh, that's the second time I did that today. Sorry, Auntie. Hold on. Gotta move that. Shoot. You said, I'm in Texas and our Verizon services are not working. Mari just came in here and told us, because of you, I'm prepared to not have phone service. Come on, Auntie. Listen. Because of God, we prepared. You guys say that don't make you happy. It's a lot of people where you at tripping. And you can turn on your long distance radio, find the news station, and listen to what's going on. Interesting. At least you'll know what's happening. You got a radio, you can turn on your radio, and if you want to watch a little TV, you can do that as well. Isn't that crazy? So the people that are, I wonder if we got some people in Ohio that's where the power is out at. You said, and not just that, but there's also bad weather coming to Texas. Interesting. 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 Crazy, right? It is. But, and this is why I be saying I'm grateful. No coincidences. That is not. But God loves us enough, right? To tell us, to prepare us. And this is what I was talking about. It sucks kind of right now because we don't get to go on vacations and we don't get to pop out like we was, but it's paying off already. It's already paying off, and that's a blessing. Because it's a lot of people. Like, somebody just came in here and said the generator that they was going to buy for $3.99, I guess, on Amazon or something like that, whenever they bought it, it's like $7.99 or $8.99 or something like that right now. I know it's $300 or $400 more than what it was when they originally bought theirs or went to buy it or whatever. I said, dang, that's crazy. In a time where people have less money, it's nuts. Right? Here we go. And the Sepharvites burned their children in the fire. Oh, we got that. 32. They feared the Lord also, and yet they chose from among themselves religious leaders of the high places. So, yep, they believed in God. They went to church. They read the Bible. They weren't horrible people, but they were still doing every crazy thing that God did not like behind closed doors. Does that sound like the people that are in front of us as entertainment? They say, I give an honor to God for this award, but behind them there's the Tower of Babel, or symbols of Babylon, or the place where they are being awarded this statue, idol. Everything in that space, right, has the Anunnaki and the symbolism of why the earth had to be destroyed. Because we know for a fact, 9 times out of 10, if the fallen angels had never slept with the women and created giants and monsters, the earth probably wouldn't have had to be destroyed. Right? Not in the way that it was. But if you have 450 foot tall beings running around here that can knock mountains off and pick up boulders the size of I don't know what and chunk them, the earth is going to be destroyed. Like if they hit the ground and cause an earthquake and now the earth is breaking up and all of these different things, we know for a fact that it would take a lot more to unalive them. He said, I need take my little handheld long range radio up on by the door. You need to tack it, yeah, so you can get to it. Right? He said, I always, who's your God when they say that? This part. Who exactly? Oh, did I cut my leg? Y'all. That thing is dangerous. Thank you for whoever sent it to me. But this little thing right here, I didn't cut my whole leg. That's crazy. This is dangerous. Thank you for sending it to me. I'm going to have to put some stoppers, like some little tape or something. I didn't cut my dang foot. I'm feeling... That's crazy. I'm about to just go in this bathroom right here. Hold on. Dang it. I felt something cold going down my leg. I'm like, what is that? Told y'all that thing dangerous. That's why I be keeping my shoes on. Sorry, y'all. Nigga got it's dangerous in here. Shoot. Dang. You do know my parents are in the medical field. There's peroxide and alcohol and all kinds of stuff under every cabinet in this house. Come on now. Now, you gotta know, I've been dressing wounds. I was a latchkey kid. Me and my brother used to get into all kind of stuff. My mama better not come home and find nobody cut up or nothing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. That's crazy though. Literally cut my whole little ankle up right there, right under my ankle. That's nuts. You said sounds like the story. I'm always doing something and having a bandit. Right. I don't know if it's because I'm getting old or what. Knocking stuff, all of that comes along with it. And I know my eyes are really weird right now, so that could be it. My, depth perception might be off, but goodness gracious, I just feel something cold running down my foot. Like, what is that? You just scratched all the skin off. All right, here we go. These leaders gave the gifts for them in the houses of the high places. Is that what's happening right now? We're not invited to the elite parties. And this is where these gifts are exchanged, right? In the hills and Capitol Hill, all these hill places, the Hollywood Hills, the mountains of this place and that place. This is where, even though they pretend to worship God openly in front of us, we know that when they go up to these places that we are not privy to, that there are gifts and things that are being offered, because who knows that MAGA is also the same as Magus or Magi. Y'all remember when that lady came on there and said, oh boy is a high-ranking warlock? Huh? Don't magic cost? Not that kind of magi. No. Magi is a magician, warlock, magic worker. Magic costs, right? And normally, if you do magic to get riches, right, it affects your body somehow, right? Where the people that used to practice divination at? Come on to the front. Or you know somebody. So let's hypothetically say, right, it comes with a price. And normally it's something in your body. Not always. It could be a child or you lose your marriage, but a lot of time it's a form of sickness or multiple sicknesses where your quality of life, so you got the money, you got the fame, you got whatever, but your quality of life is not that good, right? Could you imagine buying a house from under somebody and cheating them out of the deal, and then as soon as you move in, every time you go outside you can't even open your door because there's a rattlesnake at the front, at the back, they're crawling in your toilet, they are hanging from the trees outside your house? Would you want to stay there? Even if you have been to this place a gazillion times, right? Looking, you know what happened when you looking for houses, you go, you could do the walk through and all of that, you get to look and see and all of this. Never seen one snake. But you cheated somebody. You said, or be looking like a skeleton from Beetlejuice. I'm trying to tell you. But think about that. You cheat somebody out of a land, you cheat somebody out of a space, and then it don't happen as long as it's empty. While you building or doing whatever you're doing. But as soon as you get there, now there's an infestation of snakes or mice or whatever else it is. So God doesn't even allow you to enjoy what you thought you won or you got. Right? And maybe you got it by ill-gotten means, by double dipping, which is out in the front. I'm a Christian. I'll say whatever y'all want me to say. But when I go in my house, I got my little kettle there that I'm doing my witchcraft in, and my prayers to the ancestors and whatever else, because God need a little bit more help. Right? You said, I knew a lady that used it on a man and she aged faster because of it. She's in her late 40s, but looked like she's 65 to 70. And snakes stay around her house. Y'all hear? Did she get the man? Because I hate that you done did all that and still didn't get the nigga now. Dang. Not aged you 30 years. That's spooky. But I believe it. Right. You done did the magic to get the nigga and got aged, and it's always snakes around. Did you get the nigga though? That's what was it worth? You know what? We can ask for. Was it worth it, girl? Was it worth it? I was gonna say we could ask a certain person, but that's not nice. But was it not no $1.7 million worth? You said he's still there, but he looked better than her. Wow. Oh man. Interesting. Interesting. Mm-mm. So the leaders of the spaces on this planet have been doing the same thing since the beginning of time. Is looking like they present one way, but behind closed doors they do something else. They worship another god or multiple other gods. Masonic pastors that teach in a Christian church, but they're also Masons. Isn't that the same thing? Because we know that they pray to, I mean, yeah, they got a Bible and everything, but the Masonic fathers are in there I've seen one. You said that's exactly what happened in the fall of the House of Usher. They sold, and they made a deal with the devil, and it cost them their whole family. Wow. Wow. Sorry, y'all. I need to roll on my roller on my back because this neck and this back and these arms is like not doing what they're supposed to do. I don't know if because it's getting cold or what. That's crazy. But I believe it. It's probably a lot like, you know how, I mean, almost like the Mayfair witches. We don't know what our ancestors did as to how these generational curses got to us. We don't. Think about it. You said bad party is he's my oldest daughter's daddy. So your daughter got a stepmama that's a witch? And the story deepens. Ah! Auntie, you just the whole character of a person. You done been through all kinds of stuff. Anybody else got a baby daddy or baby mama that's a witch? No, I'm sorry. That's not funny. You said all the children and grandchildren. Dang. But it do make you think about certain generational curses that be on certain families, and you be like, so the same thing that happens. Okay. There's a family that I know. The dad and the son died around the same age, but the grandmother and the grandfather and the mom, it was just like a whole bunch of people just died all at one time, like within a period of years, right? You said, man, I just be praying my children don't play for my sins. Right. But I think it's more of you know how, prime example, just like the fallen angels' wives, they taught their children magic, right? It was like how we teach our children about God, like use your magic, like use your, you know. I think that because if you think about it, he's always saying Go back and see how your forefathers and foremothers, for that matter, sinned against me. Go back and look at what they did as to why I destroyed them all. Everybody. I just got rid of everybody. Like, go back and look. Well, think about it. If this is just a family tradition and you don't understand that it is a ritualistic practice, then that allows that spirit to keep going. You know what I'm saying? That allows that spirit to keep moving and keep going from generation to generation to generation. You said you see that to a certain extent. Right? I don't know who I'm talking to. Is it 10, 11? Do you have another name? Or are you new here? Or are you somebody else from TikTok? Because I be wanting to call people's names. If y'all notice, I've been trying, but I don't know who nobody is no more. Some people, because y'all still got the same names. But do I know you by another name, 10, 11? Just in case. So if I know you on TikTok as another name, then I know what to call you. You said my cousin did transfer you. Oh, Kendra! Oh, Jesus. Girl! See? I would have never known you was Kendra. Okay. Now I know who I'm talking to. You said, yeah, because my grandfather and grandmother was a Mason in Eastern Star, and when we talk about it the other day, just clueless. Interesting. Interesting. So they were Eastern Stars, and yeah, there's a lot of people on my mama's side that is Eastern Stars and stuff. Anyway, all right, let's get down here. I'm gonna let y'all go after this. It says, so the people feared the Lord, but they worshiped their own gods also. They followed the way of the nations from which they had been taken. They followed the way of the nations from which they had been taken away. To this day, they follow the ways of times past. They do not honor the Lord. They do not follow the laws or the word which the Lord told the sons of Jacob, whom he gave the name Israel. The Lord had made an agreement and told them, you must not fear other gods. You must not put your faces to the ground in front of them. Do you feel like, whether it be in America or other places, that people are worshiping men and women, whether it be their leaders, whether it be their pastor, their whatever? Do you think that these things are still happening? It's Deshauna. Oh, okay. He said my email was hacked by my neighbor. I'm the girl who asked for prayers for my daughter. Okay. Hello. Okay. She had kidney failure. Okay. Hey, Pumpkin. How is she doing? Oh, 3-9. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. So it's not recent. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. You said you've been lost ever since. Okay, so listen. Do you have Substack? Krista. Hold on. Stay right there. Krista? Is Krista here? I know she get... Can somebody call Jen? Can somebody get Jen? We got somebody for you to talk to. Dusty? Dusty, are you still here? Can you get Jen? I know she gets sick of us. We need her. Can you come? Okay. She's here. Oh, okay, listen. Can you get a Substack, please? It's somebody I need you to talk to. I got robbed and jumped by those same neighbors, and now I'm basically homeless. I'm looking for a new place. Okay. I need you. Okay. Can you? Okay. Can you come get a Substack, please? Because there's somebody I need you to talk to. Can you? Are you able to download Substack? You got Krista. Okay. Because we have some young ladies that you can speak with that can help you, that have gone through losing their children, and not with someone just lost recently, is newly experiencing what you've experienced. So we got some folks that can help you with this pumpkin. Can you get a Substack and come to CERCA TROVA 22 so that you can get the information from them, so you can have some folks to talk to, because we don't need you out here lost. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And it's some women that have been through what you have been through, pumpkin. Not necessarily that your baby's passed in the same way, but they have lost children. She Not Me, I think, is another young lady that has lost her child. It's a few people that have lost children. Yes. Okay. Well, listen, if you need some help, we have some people over. I don't know if y'all can come over here. I don't know how to do this. How y'all could get in contact with her. Okay, she didn't come over here, so because we need you to have a support system. Okay, that's your second child you've had to bury. I'm so sorry to hear this. Do you want to talk with some young women? Is that something you're open to? Because if you don't want to talk to nobody, I get it. But if you want to, and you want to have people to talk to about this, we have some people that basically like a support group almost that has been started with women that have gone through that. Okay, so do you want them to come over here, or do you want to go over here? Do you want them to come over here, or do you want to come and get a Substack so you can get in contact with these women? Can y'all come over here? No, they're getting ready to come find you. Can y'all, Dusty? Can y'all come over here, please? If y'all can get Jen or Krista, some y'all come over here. What's your name, Pumpkin? Again, I'm sorry. Deshana. Okay, Hyder. Okay. Okay, on here, y'all, she's Chris M-E1U on YouTube. I don't know if you can follow her. Okay. They're getting ready to come find you, Pumpkin. Okay? We got some folks. They getting ready to come find her. Chris M E1U. Thank you, Jen. She's over on YouTube. Thank you, Jennifer. You didn't got 2 calls. We had to send out our Batman sign. Come on. Can you come to YouTube? Anybody that has lost a child, okay, we got some folks that need some help, y'all. Some people that y'all can speak with and use y'all expertise on how to help folks make it through the day. We love you too, Pumpkin. And I'm sorry to hear that that's happened to you, but God got some support for you over here if you need it. Women that, because I haven't personally experienced it, but we do have women here that, parents, not just women. We have parents that have lost their children. Okay, Jen. She's one comment up above you. So Chris M dash E1U, if you can follow her, please. This is the young lady that you'll need to get in contact with. I don't know if she not me in here right now or not. Okay. Well, they getting ready to get with you, Pumpkin. I don't know how y'all email or contact each other on what's the name. She's right up above you, Jen. Okay, she not me. I don't know how y'all friend people on. Do y'all follow their page? Is that how it works on YouTube? And I think maybe you can message them or something. Okay, I need this person here. The Chris M right above y'all. If y'all can scroll through the comments, Chris M E1U. That's who I need y'all to follow. Please. Yeah, I'm not. Listen, we're gonna do it right here. Right here. I don't. All that extra is not. We're gonna do it right here where they can find them. Because everybody got a million names. So while we can find them here, we're gonna do it right here. We tried to go over here. We're gonna do it right here. Okay. Well, if that's your email, then they'll be able to email you. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, y'all. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we'll just go ahead and log off right now. Okay. Y'all want to do that? And we can start class over in the morning. Yeah. Y'all okay with that? Yeah. Okay. Well, I love y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Okay. I'll see y'all in the morning. Yeah, girl, I'm about to go finish watching it. You already know what it is. Yeah. So I'll talk to y'all later. I love y'all. Okay. What do you mean what happened? Nothing. I'm getting off.